Good afternoon, everyone. This next series is going to focus on problem solving with qualitative and quantitative research methods. The continuing discussion on costs of employee development and succession planning implies that organizations benefit from hiring from within. However, in 2023, Carol and Chris reported that internal hiring post-pandemic dropped to 24%. External hiring reduces retention and increases the time needed to replace personnel. A post-pandemic organization that's experiencing struggles is likely working with a significant number of new personnel and solutions that have been unsuccessful. Based on this information, leveraging a scientific approach would be a great place to start problem solving. These elements could include investigating the history of the organization's practices, along with other successful organizations' practices, identification of research questions to be answered, and development of a hypothesis. Qualitative and quantitative approaches are appropriate to investigating a problem and developing questions and a hypothesis for a solution. Qualitative research approaches are non-numerical. Qualitative approaches focus on the depth of understanding of concepts of personal experiences and motivation. They describe answers to why and how questions. Qualitative research helps organizations generate data to gain a better understanding of reasons, opinions, and motivation. It helps to uncover trends and delve deeper to inform decision-making products and new areas of research. These approaches require reflection, coding, categorizing, and development of participant accounts to develop an accurate account of each person's reflections. Quantitative research attempts to use measurements or numbers to justify causal conclusions. Randomized controlled trials are the gold standard for experimental design. Quantitative trials require a hypothesis and a belief that some action is going to have a desired effect. Trials can be performed on random individuals or groups. Cause can be tied to an effect if there's no other explanation for the change. Qualitative and quantitative research methods help researchers to study and identify causal relationships between events. Quantitative research requires historical data and larger sample sizes. Numerical testing of a sample is persuasive. It's easy to replicate. It's generalizable to a larger population. Quantitative research requires a large sample size to eliminate bias and measure relationships between variables. In 2022, Erkalo Negusu found that poor quality routine data can be improved with supportive supervision and checking for accuracy. In 2024, Ruddle, Cheshire, and Ferdinand identified the fundamentals of data science, formal processes, and rule books as tools that can be used to improve data quality. An organization that's struggling post-pandemic is likely experiencing challenges with turnover, data collection, analysis, and visualization of the future. Researching the problem would help the organization to collaborate, develop data, formulate, and test hypotheses. This would help stakeholders to develop practices that investigate issues. It helps the organization to plan, reflect, and monitor progress toward a solution. Thanks for listening to the discussion on qualitative and quantitative problem solving. Don't forget to like, share, and follow.